Hey, what's up guys? So we here now. We're gonna bleed the brakes. The first thing you wanna do is you're gonna find the reservoir of the car, and we're gonna start bleeding the brakes by the furthest one. As you guys see, that's the driver's side. So the furthest wheel will be this one on the other side. After we bleed that one, we go to the one over there, then the one over here, and finally with the one over there. And to do that, the first thing we're gonna need to do is open up this, check it, and we're gonna fill the reservoir with brake fluid. Also, the lead always is gonna tell you what type of brake fluid do you need. On this one, it says DOT3, so that's what we got. We're gonna fill this up and we continue. Okay, we're gonna fill it up, and we always gonna use a new bottle. And if you have leftover when you're done, just dispose it, throw it out. You always need new brake fluid when doing this. Okay, there we go. Waves going down a little bit, a little bit more. Close the lid, and we're gonna close the lid. Okay, now to do it by yourself, we're gonna need an empty bottle. What I did, I drill a hole here to put this clear hose, and also a tiny little bit of a hole right here for air to flow. And then you just drill a hole, you put the hose in, and you gotta get one that fits right here. This right here, this is the bleeder nipple of the caliper. We're gonna remove it, put it on the side, and you gotta find a hose that fits here. As you guys see, mine didn't. What I had to do was throw some heat with the lighter and then push it in, so it kind of got the shape of it, and now I could just do this. And still it's not a perfect fit, but it works. As you guys see here, it works right there. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fill this in with brake fluid, about like right here. And what it's gonna do is when we start, we're gonna open up the valve, so air is gonna go back in. But since we have brake fluid here, brake fluid is what's gonna start to go back. And then when we go and press the brakes, the fluid is gonna start coming out, and you're gonna see bubbles. And when you stop seeing bubbles, that's when you stop, you get it tight again, and you go to the other side of the car. Okay, here I am pouring some brake fluid. I think that should be enough. You guys see here, we're gonna cover this up. And to be honest, I think I'm gonna need somebody, because I don't think this is gonna hold by itself. It's too thin. Still doesn't fit quite good. Let me see. Because we gotta also make sure you put the bottle on top. Don't put it on the bottom, you just put it on top. Yes, you see, it's not gonna work. So you guys get the point now. What I'm going to do, since I have to hold it, I'm gonna get somebody to go in the car and just press on the brake, and I'm gonna show you what happens. But if it was by yourself, you would leave it like that, go to the car and start pressing on the brake. And you also have to get out of the car and check the reservoir to see if you still have fluid, and if it got too low, you put more, because you do not want to get too low. As if you, let's say you go out on the third wheel and the reservoir got too low, you're gonna have to do it all over again, because now air got to the system. So that's why it's very important. So okay guys, give me 1 second, I'll go get somebody and I'll be back. Okay, now got somebody inside the car. Gonna put this right here. And now using the 10 mil, I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna tell my wife to start pressing on the brake. Now it's loose. There we go. Okay, suave. Ya ahorita. Here I'm telling my wife to press and release the brakes. If you by yourself, you do this 6 to 8 times and don't get out of the car and come check it. Now we don't see any more bubbles. We're gonna get it tight again. Perfect. We're gonna pinch this and lift it up, and then you let it go so it goes in the bottle. So now, since we didn't see any more bubbles here, that means that this side is already good, but there's no more air bubbles. Don't forget this. And now we go to the other side, and we're gonna do this for all the wheels. Now after just that first one, it went down a little bit, so I'm gonna have to put more brake fluid. See if it goes down a little bit, and then put a little bit more, and close. Here we are at our second wheel, and I'm telling my wife to press on the brakes after I open the valve. And when I stop seeing air bubbles coming into the clear hose, that's when I close the valve and I tell my wife to stop pressing on the brake. Now we go to our third one. We do the same thing for this one. When you stop seeing air bubbles, that's when you close the valve. Now we're done with the last one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna double check reservoir. We're gonna fill it in. To the max. And then we're gonna pump the brakes a couple of times and recheck again. Bebé, hunde los frenos varias veces. ¿Tan duros? Ya. No le hundas. Yeah, it should be all good. Now the brakes are bleed, so make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and see you in the next video. Also, make sure you put that in an empty bottle and take it back to the auto parts. They will take your brake fluid. Don't throw it in the garbage.